People are drawn to reflections of themselves in the world around them. Every interaction, whether it's a conversation, a story, or a moment shared, is filtered through the lens of personal experience. When someone listens to you speak, they are not merely hearing your words, they are searching for how those words connect to their own life. This is not an act of selfishness, but a natural response to the human need for resonance and relevance. Every person carries within them a complex web of thoughts, feelings, aspirations, and memories. When they encounter something that mirrors these internal experiences, it creates a sense of familiarity and understanding. This connection is deeply powerful because it allows individuals to feel seen and validated. It is not the content alone that matters, but the emotional and personal connection they perceive in it. Think about a time when a story, a song, or even a simple conversation deeply moved you. Chances are it resonated because it reflected something meaningful in your own life. Perhaps it echoed a dream you hold dear, a fear you've wrestled with, or a memory that shaped you. This is the essence of seeking reflection, finding fragments of yourself in the external world and feeling connected to them. Understanding this truth can transform the way we communicate and build relationships. When we speak to others, it's not enough to simply convey information or share our perspective. To truly connect, we must consider how our words and actions relate to their inner world. People are most engaged when they feel that their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences are being acknowledged and reflected back to them. This understanding is not about manipulation or empty flattery. It's about genuine empathy and the ability to tune into the emotions and needs of others. When you listen closely to someone, you begin to notice the themes and values that matter most to them. These are the keys to building meaningful connections. If you can reflect those values back in a way that feels authentic and supportive, you create a bond that is deeply fulfilling. This principle applies not only to personal relationships, but also to leadership, influence, and communication in all areas of life. A leader, for instance, who understands the fears and aspirations of their team can inspire them in profound ways. By speaking to what truly matters to their people, they create a sense of shared purpose and trust. The team sees their own hopes and values reflected in the leader's vision, making them more likely to align with and support that vision. The same principle is at play when we think about self-perception. The way you see yourself is also a reflection, one that shapes how you interact with the world and how the world interacts with you. If you view yourself through a lens of doubt and limitation, you project that to others. Conversely, if you see yourself as capable, deserving, and aligned with your aspirations, others will pick up on that energy and respond accordingly. People naturally seek reflections that uplift and affirm them. If you can become a source of positive reflection, you will not only strengthen your relationships but also inspire others to grow and reach for their potential. This doesn't mean ignoring reality or offering false praise. It means genuinely seeing the best in others and holding up a mirror that shows them their strengths and possibilities. At the same time, it's essential to reflect inward and consider how you perceive yourself. Are you showing yourself kindness and understanding? Are you recognizing your own worth and potential? The way you treat yourself sets the foundation for how others will treat you. When you offer yourself a reflection of positivity and self-belief, you set the tone for how you engage with the world. The desire to see reflections of oneself is universal, but it's also deeply personal. Each individual's story is unique, yet there are common threads that connect us all. When we tap into these shared human experiences, we create bridges of understanding and empathy. These connections are what make relationships, communication, and influence truly meaningful. Even in moments of disagreement or conflict, understanding this principle can be transformative. Instead of focusing on the surface level issues, consider what deeper needs or values might be driving the other person's perspective. When you can reflect those needs back in a way that feels respectful and affirming, you open the door to resolution and mutual respect. In every interaction, there is an opportunity to create a reflection that uplifts and connects. Whether it's through words, actions, or simply the way you listen, the ability to resonate with someone's inner world is a gift. It allows them to see themselves in a new light and often inspires them to grow in ways they may not have thought possible. This understanding also highlights the importance of intentionality in your own actions and choices. When you approach life with the awareness that people are constantly seeking reflections, you can align your behavior with the kind of impact you want to have. You can choose to reflect kindness, strength, and hope, not only for others, but also for yourself. The reflections we seek and create define the quality of our relationships and experiences. By recognizing the power of reflection, we can foster deeper connections, inspire growth, and bring out the best in ourselves and those around us. The way you see yourself has a profound impact on the way you experience the world and how the world experiences you. Your self-image is the internal picture you hold of who you are, and it shapes every aspect of your life. It influences the decisions you make, the opportunities you pursue, and the energy you bring into every situation. When you view yourself positively, with belief in your abilities and worth, you naturally attract similar energies from others. Conversely, if you see yourself through a lens of doubt and insecurity, the world often reflects those same feelings back to you. Your self-image is more than just how you look. It encompasses how you feel about your abilities, your potential, and your place in the world. It is the lens through which you interpret your experiences, and it plays a critical role in determining your behavior, reactions, and choices. If you have a strong, positive self-image, you are more likely to take risks, face challenges head-on, and seize opportunities. When you believe in your own worth, you are more likely to pursue what you truly want, knowing you deserve it. This self-image is not fixed. It can evolve over time based on your experiences, thoughts, and actions. The more you affirm your strengths and successes, the stronger and more positive your self-image becomes. However, the reverse is also true. The more you focus on your perceived flaws or shortcomings, the more your self-image becomes rooted in negativity. This is why it is so important to consciously cultivate a positive self-image. Your self-image also influences how you interact with others. People often respond to you in ways that reflect the energy and attitude you project. If you carry yourself with confidence and a sense of worth, others are more likely to treat you with respect and appreciation. They are drawn to your energy because it resonates with their own desires for confidence and self-assurance. On the other hand, if you project insecurity or self-doubt, others may mirror that behavior back to you, either by dismissing you or taking advantage of your vulnerability. The power of self-image extends to all areas of life. In relationships, your self-image can determine the type of people you attract. If you see yourself as deserving of love, kindness, and respect, you are more likely to attract relationships that reflect these qualities. If you have a low self-image, you may unconsciously settle for relationships that do not honor your worth. Your self-image influences not only the people you attract, but also how you allow yourself to be treated. When you believe in your own value, you set boundaries and demand respect, creating healthier, more fulfilling connections with others. In the workplace, your self-image affects your career trajectory. A strong, positive self-image allows you to pursue goals with clarity and confidence, seeking out promotions or new opportunities without hesitation. If you see yourself as capable and competent, you will step forward and take on challenges, knowing you have what it takes to succeed. On the other hand, if you have doubts about your abilities, you may hold back or fail to take advantage of opportunities, even when they are within your reach. A negative self-image can limit your potential and hold you back from pursuing your dreams. Your self-image also plays a significant role in your personal development. How you perceive your strengths and weaknesses affects your ability to learn and grow. If you see yourself as someone capable of growth, you are more likely to embrace challenges, learn from failure, and keep pushing forward. You will approach new experiences with curiosity and resilience, knowing that each step is an opportunity for improvement. However, if you view yourself as someone who is stuck or incapable of change, you may shy away from challenges and avoid opportunities for growth. This negative self-image can prevent you from reaching your full potential and living the life you truly desire. The connection between self-image and outcomes is not just psychological, it's deeply rooted in how we interact with the world. When we believe in ourselves, we approach situations with a mindset that fosters success. This belief creates a feedback loop. Positive outcomes reinforce our self-belief, and our belief in ourselves propels us to create even more positive outcomes. On the flip side, when we doubt ourselves, we tend to focus on the negative, expect failure, and make choices that limit our potential. It's important to recognize that self-image is not determined by external circumstances. It's not based on the approval of others or the outcomes of particular situations. Instead, it is rooted in how we view ourselves, regardless of what is happening around us. A strong self-image comes from within and is nurtured through self-acceptance, self-love, and a deep belief in our own worth. One of the most powerful ways to improve your self-image is through positive self-talk. The words you say to yourself shape the way you see yourself. If you constantly criticize and belittle yourself, you reinforce a negative self-image. On the other hand, when you speak kindly to yourself, focusing on your strengths and potential, you build a positive self-image that empowers you to take on the world with confidence. In addition to self-talk, taking actions that align with your goals and values strengthens your self-image. When you act in ways that reflect your true potential, you reinforce the belief that you are capable of achieving greatness. Each small success, each step forward, builds on your self-image and propels you toward your larger goals. Ultimately, your self-image shapes everything about your life. It dictates how you approach challenges, how you interact with others, and how you pursue your dreams. By nurturing a positive self-image, you create a foundation for success, fulfillment, and happiness. When you believe in yourself and see yourself as worthy of all the good things life has to offer, you open the door to endless possibilities. People naturally prioritize their own feelings, experiences, and perceptions. This is an undeniable truth of human nature. Every individual sees the world through the lens of their own reality, and every action is driven by their internal desires, fears, and dreams. It's not a sign of selfishness, it's simply how we are wired. When we understand this, it becomes clear that recognizing and working with this principle can unlock extraordinary possibilities for personal growth in our interactions with others. Consider a simple example. When you walk into a room, what is the first thing you notice? It's not the intricate details of someone else's day, but how you feel, how you're being perceived, or what kind of impression you're making. This is the universal human experience. People's primary concern is how a situation relates to them. They carry a constant awareness of their self-image and emotional state, shaping how they navigate their world. Instead of resisting this truth, we can learn to embrace it. When you communicate with others, realize that they are not listening to learn about your experiences alone. They are listening to find reflections of themselves in your story. The words you choose, the energy you bring, and the way you make them feel all contribute to their sense of connection. They seek a mirror, something that resonates with their inner world. This realization doesn't just apply to our relationships with others, but also to how we see ourselves. The self-image you hold determines the way you walk through life. It influences the decisions you make, the opportunities you see, and even the energy you bring into a room. When you believe in yourself and see yourself as capable and worthy, that belief radiates outward. People pick up on that energy, and their responses often align with the confidence you exude. Your self-perception sets the tone for everything else. If you carry doubt and insecurity, you'll find the world reflecting those feelings back to you. Conversely, when you nurture a vision of yourself that is rooted in confidence, strength, and purpose, you naturally inspire others to see you in the same light. This is not just a concept, but a transformative truth. To influence others effectively, it is crucial to appeal to their sense of self. It is not about manipulation, but about understanding the foundation of human interaction. When you speak to people, acknowledge their fears, their dreams, and their aspirations. Help them feel seen and valued. In doing so, you create a connection that goes beyond words. Think about the relationships in your life. Who do you feel drawn to? Likely it's the people who make you feel understood, those who recognize and affirm your worth. The same principle applies to every interaction you have. When you approach others with genuine care and the ability to reflect their potential back to them, you create a bond that is powerful and enduring. This understanding doesn't only shape our interactions with others, it also determines the path of our own growth. The way you care for yourself is the foundation for everything else. How much attention do you give to your own thoughts? Are you mindful of the language you use when you speak to yourself? These seemingly small details play a massive role in shaping your reality. Imagine a person who consistently tells themselves that they are unworthy, incapable, or stuck. Over time, that self-talk becomes their reality. On the other hand, a person who affirms their strengths, focuses on their goals, and sees themselves as deserving of success creates a vastly different experience. They are more likely to take risks, seize opportunities, and inspire others along the way. When you take responsibility for the vision you hold of yourself, you set the stage for transformation. It's not about pretending to be something you're not, but about seeing the highest version of who you can be. By caring for this vision, nurturing it, and aligning your actions with it, you create a life that reflects that belief. The same care applies to how you engage with others. Recognize that their attention is naturally centered on themselves. Speak to their aspirations, align with their emotions, and show them how their dreams can be realized. When you help others feel seen and valued, you tap into an incredible source of influence. People are drawn to those who reflect their own potential back to them. This isn't about trying to change others, but about working with the natural flow of human nature. By understanding that people care deeply about themselves, you can approach your relationships and your life with a sense of purpose and intention. You can inspire others by connecting to their innermost desires while staying rooted in your own growth and self-care. This principle is universal. It applies to personal relationships, professional interactions, and even how you move through the world. The way you treat yourself becomes a model for how others treat you. When you care deeply for your vision, nurture your strengths, and align with your highest self, you naturally elevate not only your own experience, but also the lives of those around you. Every thought you think, every word you speak, and every action you take is an opportunity to reflect the best version of yourself. And in doing so, you not only honor your own journey, but also create space for others to do the same. People inherently view the world through their own experiences, emotions, and desires. This isn't a flaw, it's simply human nature. When someone listens to a story, they are not just absorbing information, they are subconsciously asking, how does this relate to me? Understanding this truth can transform the way we communicate, connect, and create meaningful relationships. In every interaction, whether personal or professional, people seek to find themselves in the conversation. It's not because they are selfish, but because they interpret everything through the lens of their own needs, dreams, and emotions. This is a powerful realization because instead of resisting this tendency, we can align with it to foster deeper connections and more profound impact. When speaking to someone, the most effective way to engage them is to make your message resonate with their inner world. People are not moved by facts or figures alone, they are moved by how those facts make them feel. They are drawn to ideas that reflect their hopes, affirm their worth, or provide solutions to their challenges. This is not about manipulation, but about understanding and respecting the way humans process information. Think about a time when you felt deeply connected to someone. Perhaps it was a conversation where you felt understood, or a moment when someone's words seemed to speak directly to your heart. That connection likely stemmed from their ability to align with your experiences and emotions. They didn't just talk at you, they spoke to you. This ability to align with others' inner world is a skill that can transform relationships, careers, and even personal growth. Consider how this applies to influence. If you want to inspire someone, you must first understand their perspective. What are their fears? What are their aspirations? People are naturally motivated by what aligns with their sense of identity. When you frame your message in a way that reflects their desires and values, you create an emotional connection. It's not about convincing them, it's about showing them that you understand their journey. The same principle applies to leadership. A leader who truly understands their team does not impose ideas from a place of authority. They connect with their team's goals, challenges, and aspirations. This approach fosters trust and loyalty because people feel valued and seen. They are not simply following instructions, they are aligning with a shared vision that reflects their own interests and values. This understanding also transforms personal growth. The way you view yourself sets the foundation for how others view you. If you see yourself as capable and worthy, that belief radiates in your actions and energy. Others pick up on that confidence and respond to it. Conversely, if you doubt your abilities or diminish your worth, people will often mirror those feelings back to you. This is why it's so important to cultivate a strong, positive relationship with yourself. Self-perception is not about arrogance or false pride. It's about nurturing a vision of your best self and aligning your actions with that vision. When you carry yourself with a sense of purpose and belief, you naturally inspire others to see you in the same light. This alignment between your self-image and your outward expression creates a magnetic quality that draws people toward you. At the heart of this idea is the recognition that people are driven by their own emotions and perceptions. When you communicate with someone, you are not just sharing information, you are creating an experience. The tone of your voice, the energy you bring, and the words you choose all contribute to how they feel in your presence. If you make them feel valued, understood, and uplifted, they will naturally gravitate toward you. This is not limited to verbal communication. Every interaction, whether through words, actions, or even silence, is an opportunity to connect with others on a deeper level. By recognizing and respecting their natural inclination to focus on themselves, you can create relationships that are both meaningful and impactful. Understanding this principle also helps in resolving conflicts. When tensions arise, it's often because one or both parties feel that their needs or perspectives are being overlooked. By stepping back and acknowledging their point of view, you create space for empathy and resolution. People are more willing to listen and collaborate when they feel heard and respected. The same principle applies to how you approach your own life. How often do you take the time to truly listen to yourself? Are you aligning your actions with your deepest values and desires? When you focus on your own growth and well-being, you set the tone for how others interact with you. The way you treat yourself becomes the model for how others will treat you. This understanding is not about changing others, but about working with the natural flow of human behavior. When you align your communication, actions, and intentions with the way people naturally think and feel, you create connections that are authentic and lasting. Whether in your personal relationships, professional endeavors, or your journey of self-discovery, recognizing the importance of aligning with human nature is a powerful tool for growth and success. The way people see themselves influences how they interact with the world. When you honor this truth and approach others with empathy and understanding, you create a ripple effect of positivity and connection. It's not about forcing change, but about embracing the flow of human nature and using it as a foundation for meaningful and transformative interactions. The way you care for yourself is not just a reflection of your own well-being, it also serves as a model for how others will treat you and how they approach their own self-care. Every action you take in nurturing your physical, emotional, and mental health communicates a message to the world. When you make self-care a priority, you set a standard not only for your own life, but also for how those around you will treat themselves and interact with you. Self-care begins with the recognition that you are worthy of care, attention, and respect. It's not something that should be seen as selfish or indulgent, but as an essential part of living a balanced, fulfilling life. Just as a well-tended garden flourishes, so too does a person who takes the time to care for their mind and body. This care is foundational to your overall health, well-being, and success. It allows you to perform at your best, to be present in your relationships, and to pursue your dreams with energy and focus. When you take care of yourself, you send a clear message to others about the value you place on your own well-being. You teach them that self-care is essential and that taking care of your needs is not a luxury but a necessity. This can have a profound impact on the way people around you view themselves and their own needs. If you model healthy habits, people are more likely to adopt similar practices in their own lives. Whether it's making time for rest, setting boundaries, or prioritizing your physical health, the way you treat yourself influences others to do the same. At the core of self-care is the recognition that you are the most important person in your life. You can't pour from an empty cup, and when you neglect your own needs, you become depleted, making it harder to be there for others. Caring for yourself ensures that you have the energy, resilience, and emotional capacity to show up for those who need you. When you make self-care a priority, you not only enhance your own life but also improve your ability to give to others in a meaningful way. This is especially important in relationships. Whether it's with family, friends, or colleagues, the way you care for yourself sets a standard for how you expect to be treated. If you consistently put your own needs last, others may come to expect that you will always be available to take care of them while neglecting your own needs. On the other hand, when you take the time to nurture yourself, others will learn to respect your boundaries and see you as someone who values their own well-being. Additionally, self-care is about recognizing your worth and deservingness. When you value yourself enough to prioritize your health, happiness, and peace of mind, you reinforce the belief that you are worthy of all the good things life has to offer. This self-respect translates into how others see you. If you demonstrate that you value yourself by taking care of your physical and emotional health, people will respect you more and are likely to treat you with the same level of care and consideration. One of the most impactful ways to care for yourself is through self-compassion. It's easy to be hard on yourself, especially when things don't go as planned. But when you treat yourself with kindness and understanding, you not only improve your own mental health, but also create an environment in which others feel safe to show themselves compassion as well. By giving yourself permission to make mistakes, to rest, and to recharge, you set a powerful example for others to follow. This also applies to your emotional well-being. It's essential to acknowledge your emotions, to process them, and to give yourself the space to heal when needed. Emotional self-care means allowing yourself to feel without judgment and finding healthy ways to cope with stress, disappointment, and anxiety. By demonstrating emotional resilience and self-compassion, you show others the importance of emotional well-being and how to navigate difficult emotions in a healthy way. The way you approach your physical health also plays a major role in how others perceive and care for themselves. Taking care of your body through exercise, healthy eating, and sufficient rest not only boosts your energy and mood, but also sends a message that you prioritize your health. When you make these choices, you inspire others to do the same. You don't have to be perfect, but the act of taking responsibility for your physical health sets a standard that encourages others to care for their own bodies as well. It's important to note that self-care doesn't mean perfection or constant achievement. It means allowing yourself the time, space, and grace to be human. It's about honoring your needs and recognizing that your well-being is a crucial aspect of a balanced life. It's also about creating the mental space to acknowledge your worthiness, your potential, and your right to live a healthy, fulfilling life. When you take care of yourself, you are not only improving your own life, but also positively impacting those around you. People will see your example and learn to treat themselves with more care and kindness. You provide a living example of what it looks like to prioritize your health, happiness, and peace of mind. The energy you put into your own well-being becomes contagious, inspiring others to invest in their own self-care as well. Your self-care is a reflection of how much you value yourself, and that reflection shapes how others treat you and how they perceive their own worth. By prioritizing your needs, setting boundaries, and modeling healthy habits, you encourage others to do the same. In doing so, you create an environment where everyone is empowered to take better care of themselves, leading to stronger relationships, greater well-being, and a more positive, supportive atmosphere for all. Influence is a powerful force that affects the way people think, feel, and behave. It is often believed that influence comes from authority, power, or forceful persuasion. However, true influence begins with understanding. When you understand someone, really understand their thoughts, emotions, and perspectives, you create a deep connection that allows for influence in a way that is natural and compelling. Influence through understanding is not about manipulation or coercion, but rather about fostering a genuine bond based on empathy, respect, and insight into the other person's world. Understanding others allows you to communicate in a way that resonates with them on a deeper level. When you listen actively and seek to comprehend someone's point of view, you are demonstrating that their feelings, experiences, and needs matter to you. This kind of listening is not simply hearing their words, but being attuned to the underlying emotions and values that shape their responses. People feel truly seen and heard when someone takes the time to understand them, and this creates a foundation of trust that makes your influence more powerful. Empathy plays a key role in this process. When you empathize with someone, you are able to step into their shoes, understand their struggles, and appreciate their triumphs. This emotional connection allows you to relate to them in a way that is more meaningful than just sharing ideas or advice. The ability to empathize shows that you are not just focused on what you want to say or accomplish, but on the other person's needs and desires. When people feel that their emotions and experiences are acknowledged, they are more likely to respond positively to your influence. One of the key benefits of influence through understanding is that it is authentic. It is not a tactic or strategy used to manipulate or get what you want. It is a genuine attempt to connect with others. People are often resistant to influence that feels insincere or forceful. However, when your influence comes from a place of understanding, it feels natural and genuine. Your interactions become about building a real connection, not about achieving a specific outcome. This authenticity creates a level of respect and appreciation that makes others more open to your ideas and guidance. Another important aspect of understanding is patience. Building a deep understanding of others takes time. It is not something that can be rushed or forced. When you take the time to truly understand someone, it shows that you value them and are invested in the relationship. This patient approach creates a sense of safety and comfort, allowing the other person to open up and share more freely. The more you understand their needs and desires, the more effectively you can offer support, guidance, and encouragement. Influence through understanding also allows you to tailor your approach in a way that resonates with the other person. When you understand someone's values, beliefs, and motivations, you can communicate in a way that aligns with what matters most to them. You can offer solutions, suggestions, or advice that directly addresses their concerns and speaks to their desires. This personalized approach is far more effective than a one-size-fits-all approach because it speaks directly to their unique experiences and needs. Furthermore, understanding helps to break down barriers. In a world where people often have differing opinions, beliefs, and backgrounds, understanding is the key to bridging those gaps. It allows you to approach conversations with an open mind, without judgment, and with a willingness to find common ground. When you understand where someone is coming from, it becomes easier to connect on shared values and goals. This creates an environment of collaboration and mutual respect rather than conflict and division. In many ways, influence through understanding is a two-way process. While you are seeking to understand the other person, you are also sharing pieces of yourself with them. This mutual exchange of ideas, experiences, and emotions creates a bond that goes beyond superficial interactions. It fosters a deeper level of trust and respect, making it more likely that the person will be influenced by your words and actions. They see that you are not just trying to impose your will on them, but are genuinely concerned with what is best for them and their well-being. Understanding is also critical when dealing with conflict or difficult situations. In moments of tension, taking the time to understand the other person's perspective can help to de-escalate the situation and create an opportunity for resolution. When people feel understood, they are more likely to listen to your point of view and work together to find a solution. This approach shifts the focus from winning the argument to finding common ground and fostering cooperation. Furthermore, when you seek to understand others, you gain valuable insights that can improve your own personal growth and development. By recognizing the values, motivations, and challenges of others, you can expand your own understanding of the world and enhance your own problem-solving abilities. This understanding can also help you identify areas where you can improve or adapt in order to become a better communicator, leader, and influence. Influence through understanding is not limited to personal relationships. It extends to professional settings, communities, and broader societal interactions. In the workplace, understanding others can lead to more effective collaboration, better teamwork, and a stronger sense of unity. Leaders who take the time to understand their employees are able to create environments where people feel valued and heard, which leads to increased motivation, engagement, and productivity.